Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work without you guys. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up this morning, guys. It is Friday, and what probably amounts to the last practice day for the Dallas Cowboys this season. Unless, well, the way this season has gone, it wouldn't surprise me. Unless the Eagles lose, of course, to the Giants and we beat the Redskins, this is it. Before I get to my thoughts, let me give a shout out to Junebug, Kathy Stearns, Dylan Caricacco. Forgive me for mispronouncing that. Cowboys fan in New Jersey, Mr. Dallas Cowboy for Life Right, L4G Custom Fabrication, Brian Joseph, and Jet D. Special thank you guys for becoming channel members for the Joe Boo Sports Report, and thank you for the extra support. We're going to be doing channel memberships. Okay, now before you jump off, and you cuss me out, nothing's changing on the channel as it is right now. But if people want to become a channel member, we're going to be doing some special stuff for channel members and things to help us do some things that we really want to do this upcoming season. Upgrade some of the equipment, do more tailgates and more events and things like that, and charity work and so forth. So I appreciate you guys all joining in, and you'll be getting some text messages. You'll be getting some posts that are directed just for you guys. So here we are. Redskins Dallas Hate Week, and it's been pretty quiet, to say the least. Quite frankly, it feels like a funeral atmosphere, and you wonder, with this game being probably the end of the season, a season that I'm just ready to just kind of erase from my memory bank. Um, it seems like whenever the Dallas Cowboys have expectations of being good, of them being a Super Bowl caliber team, it always seems like that's when we fail. It seems like when we don't have expectations, when people have given up on the team, and that's when we end up winning games. We went through losing to New England and Buffaloes and the Bears and stuff, and everybody figured we had no chance against the Rams, and that's the one we win. We go to Philadelphia and we hear all the statistics about Zeke Elliott averaging 115 yards, never losing to them. Amari Cooper, his 3 games against them and beating them and so on. Dak Prescott's record, how beat up they are, and we're expected to win that one, and boom, we lose it. It's just crazy. And you can go through the history of the Jason Garrett era, and it's always been that way. We have had high expectations and always underperformed. And this season, without a doubt, is one of those seasons. And this season will be a lot of change for the Dallas Cowboys, a lot more than usual. More than likely, we'll finally get a new coach. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll finally be getting a new coach, and we'll be sad about Jason Garrett no longer being our coach. But we also have to look at Jason Witten and Sean Lee, 2 guys that have given everything to the Dallas Cowboys. Jason Witten being a holdover from the Bill Parcells days, the last link to that chain, and Sean Lee being kind of the old guard that's been here the whole time with Jason Garrett. More than likely, this will be the last game for those two. Now, Jason Witten, who retired the year before, was in the booth, wasn't real good at it. You may see him as a coach. Both of these guys, the mind is there. It's just that the body's not. Now, we know that Jason Witten, I believe, is third in the team with like 56 receptions and 4 TDs. But he is not an elite tight end by any stretch of the imagination any longer. He is slowing down because he's getting older. And today's game, your tight end is just as important, if not more important, than a wide receiver. And it may be time for him finally to get out of here. Sean Lee has always, when healthy, been a great player. You can see him, though, now succumbing to a lot of those injuries as well as age. He's not quite as fast as he used to be. But both of these guys, you could actually see coaching. Sean Lee knows more about football than most linebacker coaches out there. That's a fact. I don't know if he'll coach for the Dallas Cowboys or what, but same thing with Jason Witten. The thing that people may undervalue about both of these two players is there's not a lot of leaders on this team. And when you look at leadership on this, somebody who's a person that's going to rally the troops, an emotional leader, a guy that will get in your face, that's one of the things that you look at and say is missing. You always hear DeMarcus Lawrence out there, talking about stepping on somebody's throat and punching somebody in the mouth, but you haven't actually seen it too much on the field. And talk gets cheap. If you can't back up the talk, people aren't listening for very long. And when I see this team this year, one of the biggest things I see missing is that joy of playing, that excitement, that attitude. Most of the time, I look at my team and they look completely lifeless. I don't know if any of you other guys have noticed that, but it truly seems like they're Have you noticed that? That we don't have somebody who's on those sidelines getting in people's faces, firing people up. The closest thing you can say is, I see Jason Witten out there. Jason Witten getting in some people's faces. Jason Witten being emotional. And so I could see Jason Garrett taking that next step, Jason Witten taking that next step into being a coach. By no means do I think he's ready to be a head coach, any more than I think that Tony Romo's ready to be a head coach. And Tony Romo will not be a head coach because why leave a cushy job where you don't have to work that hard to take a thankless job that you're always going to be hated by the public? Because let's face it, Cowboy fans hate everybody. So I am, for one, ready to get this season over with and start the process of the bloodletting. We have 26 free agents, and this team, as it's currently constructed, is going to look a lot different next year. There's going to be some hard decisions that have to be made on who to pay and who to let go. After paying some of the players that the Cowboys have paid and not gotten return on their investment, I think you have to start looking at this and saying, are we going to dole out some more big contracts for guys? Because I'll be honest with you, I can't see a single one that has panned out and you said, yeah, we got a great value for that guy. Not in a long time. Whew. Yeah. All right, guys. My cousin Eddie B, you've seen him here on the Chats of Your Time, may be actually in the house tonight in studio joining us. We'll do the Fathead drawing tonight during the live stream. And as always, we'll bring you any news on the Dallas Cowboys. And if we end up not making the playoffs, Tuesday will be a very interesting day for us because that's when the contracts expire for Jason Garrett. All right, I'll see you soon.